Welcome back to the show, guys. Valentine from the Valentine Show here. Thank you very much for being again with me, guys. Thank you so much, guys. We've been having some technical difficulties, but thank God we have been able to get through them, and I think we got to the problem. I've been listening to some of you guys' requests also saying to make the videos shorter, which I agree. I've actually been trying to do that, but for some reason they've been coming out a little bit longer than I want to. But hopefully I'll try to cut the video down, reduce them, because I'm one of the first ones that goes on YouTube and starts searching for the shortest video possible. Guys, today we're going to tackle a very controversial uh, topic, which is the police brutality, and in particular to the Philando Castile case in Minnesota, which the officer this week got acquitted of murder. The Minnesota Ramsey County police officer, they released the patrol cam video, and that's what we're gonna try to analyze today. The video that we saw last year was the video of the girl who was recording on Facebook Live. The video only came on after he'd been shot, so we don't know exactly what happened before he got shot. This video that we see here, it's the video up to the point where he got shot. At the end of the day, it's a tragic loss of life, but we are going to see if maybe this whole situation could have been avoided, or was it the officer's fault for being a trigger happy officer. Let's try to not, I repeat, let's try to not come into this with a predisposition or a bias, knowing what you know before and knowing the color of the skin of these two individuals. That should not matter in a court of law. So that's how we're gonna try to analyze these videos. Guys, let's get to it right away. I forward these videos because it happens super fast. So this is where he starts getting he actually gets pulled over, and what we're gonna analyze is the body language of the officer and what Castillo, Philando Castillo, says from inside the car, which you could hear. Here we go. Okay, so here we see the officer walking over. Again, try to notice the body language. He's walking over nice and calm over to the car. And let's see what he says and how Castillo greets him back.
Hello, sir.
Okay, the first thing he says is hello, sir. And the body language, he bends down to eye level. Look where his hands at his side, on top of his legs. Absolutely, the officer does not feel threatened whatsoever at this point. This is a relaxed officer right now. He says hello, sir. And
Good. How are you?
Castillo, I don't know if you guys heard that, but Castillo says back, how are you?
Good.
And the officer's not responds, and he says good.
George, your brake lights are out.
He goes on to explain to him why he stopped him.
So you only have one active brake light, and that's going to be your passenger side one. Your third brake light, which is up here on top, and on this one back here.
Okay, so like I said, he goes on to explain to him that he stopped him because of the brake lights. Reports were out also that there was a robbery in the vicinity, and Castillo matched the description of the robbery. So this officer already is going up to this vehicle with a predisposition that this might be a robbery suspect, even though the body language does not show it. Because if he knows it was a robbery suspect, look where his hands are at. They're not even near his gun. They're on his lap. He's bending down to eye level of this guy. So he's not showing any type of the officer being scared, and he looks super calm to me. At 120, the officer is gonna request the license and registration, and Castile gives it to him, as we're gonna see.
It's going to be out. You have your license and insurance?
License and registration requested by the officer. As we can see that he receives it. If you guys remember the video last year, the lady inside the car when she was broadcasting live, when he already got shot, she was saying that the officer asked Castile for the license and registration, and when he went to get it, he got shot. As per this video right here, we see that that's clearly not the case, because right now the officer has the papers in his hands and he's going over them, and we're gonna see him hand it back to him. Okay.
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have.
And now Castile, at this point, he reports to the officer that he's carrying a firearm. I'm not a concealed carry permit holder. I don't carry weapons with me, but I've been doing some research, and in some states, if you get pulled over by a cop and you have a concealed weapon and you have a firearm, you have to report it to the officer that you have a gun on your person. Again, in some states, if you have a gun on your person, you have to report it to the officer when he pulls you over. Two things are going to happen. Look at the body language of the officer now. Now he's standing up, straight up directly. He has his hand around his waist area. But as soon as he hears the word firearm, he grabs the gun, and he has his hand in ready position. Hear this, guys.
Okay. Firearm. Okay.
Look at his gun. You see, I don't know if you guys caught that. Let me move it back a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. He told him, I have a firearm. As soon as he hears the word firearm, the police officer gets in a ready position. My question is, what will you do if you are a officer and you stop an individual that tells you that he has a firearm with him, that he could cause death to you? How will you react? Would you be calm and collected, or would you be more cautious? Let's be real. Okay, so here we go.
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have a firearm.
I do have a firearm. Look where his hand went already.
Okay. Don't reach for it then.
Okay, automatically he says, do not reach for it. He says, don't reach for it. Here we go. Let's go again. He says, do not reach it.
Okay. Firearm. Okay. Don't reach for it then.
Don't reach for it then. The officer tells him right away, do not reach for it.
Don't pull it out.
It says, again, he says, don't pull it out. But what we hear inside the car at this exact minute, 1 minute and 40 seconds, he says, I am not pulling it out. Castile says that from inside the car. Now we have a slight issue here, a slight problem. The officer is telling him, don't reach for it. Castillo is saying, I'm not pulling it out. He's not reaching for papers, because as we saw before already, he already have given the officer papers, license, registration. So Castillo is reaching for something. As we're going to see, let's look at the body language again of the officer.
Don't pull it out.
Look, now he has his hand inside the car. He's trying to stop him because Castillo did something that triggered the officers. He's not there with his hands on the steering wheel, which is something that is recommended if you get stopped by cops. This is one thing you get. One recommendation: you get stopped by cops, you do two things. You turn on the dome light if it's dark outside, and you put your hands on the wheel, both of them, where the officers could see them. That lets the officer know that you're not a threat. Again, The officer tells him, "Don't reach for it." He's reaching for something because look at the officer now. He has his hand inside the vehicle, trying to me it seems trying to stop him from reach for something. What it is, I don't know. Even though Castillo said that he wasn't reaching for it, what is he reaching for? What is he doing? And that's it. The officer saw that he was reaching for something. He already know that he has a gun inside the vehicle, and he feared for his life, which I think was what was reported in the police report or in the courts. And sadly, a human life was taken. I really don't know exactly what Castillo was reaching for inside the car. We don't know what the officer saw, but we cannot say that the officer just pulled up to this car, took out his gun, and just fired at this individual, because that's not the case. A series of events triggered this sad situation. I really don't know what happened inside the car, but like I said, this was triggered. It was not. It was just not out the blue like some people might want to suggest that it happened. I want to hear your thoughts, guys. If you're an officer and this happens to you, what would you do? How will you react? Be honest. Don't just say it's bad that the officer did what he did. How will you react? What tell me what would you have done? Tell me that. Because something me talking to Mike right now doing a YouTube video and seeing this video and me being in front of a situation. Castillo might have just made a mistake and he did not follow the officers. He clearly didn't follow what the officers were telling him because the officer was trying to stop him, as you guys saw when he was trying to reach inside the car. Again, sad loss of life. But what one thing that got me shocked me a little bit about this video was when I saw it. Well, not this video, last year's video. When I saw the girl was just like I don't understand. Like if a loved one next to you gets shot, the first thing in your your survival instincts and your loving instinct is to take out a phone and start streaming online. That just does not make any sense. How about maybe stopping the blood or something like that? I don't even know how she didn't get shot. Maybe because if she was reaching for a phone, knowing the officer knowing that there's a gun inside, she could have easily gotten shot easily. But guys, I'm interested to know what you guys think. Let me know. Is this incorrect? I mean, did the officer acted trigger happy? Did, can we come to the conclusion that Castillo maybe did not follow the officer's rules and made an honest mistake that sadly cost him his life? Guys, leave me your comments. And again, thank you again for being with me one more week. Remember, God, family, country. Hit like or hit on like. Leave your comments. This is a free country. God bless. See you later. I am out.